Hi everyone, and welcome back to some more Civilization 6 as Theodora. So, when we last left off, we secured our Golden Age, or Heroic Age rather. Just need to wait 8 turns right now. I made some extra plans for more cities and wonders. I will still try to build a Temple of Artemis right here, because it will be a very good Temple of Artemis, and then I'll be able to use it for 2 different theater squares on both sides. And then we can build Tundra Petra, aka Sand Basils, right here, and have Theater Square right here, with 2 adjacent wonders, hopefully. And I might also try to build Mont Saint-Michel in my capital. Now, this one isn't as important because I didn't pick up reliquaries, but it will still help if I want to go for culture victory. And let's be real, Theodora is going to be best at culture victory. I think it makes sense to try. And furthermore, I'm actually strongly considering just leaving this barbarian camp up here, because I can still use it for some era score later on. If I start a city right here, it will be within 6 tiles, and then we'll get extra era score for destroying this. And it's not like anyone else is going to destroy it. There's no city-state, no AI, no nothing. I just need to watch out for any potential scouts going through here. I'll just leave my units and guard this general area. And yes, these are all holy sites for the future. 3 + 7 holy sites. That's the plan. That's the plan. Alright, so right now, let's finish the government plaza, and then we'll build Temple of Artemis. I don't want the government plaza. And since I will be building Temple of Artemis, let's pick up a production bonus to ancient and classical era wonders. There you go. Now, I don't have Valletta, but I don't necessarily want to spend too much faith immediately, because I'm going to need that faith for monumentality use. And also, I'll want faith for apostles. With that said, I might still pick up a monument in Trebizond. It's 120. 120 faith is a fair bit of faith. And we are only 7 turns away from our heroic age. But still, it will help it pick up more tiles, it will give us more culture. Not a whole lot of more culture, but more culture nonetheless. We'll do it. I might also do it in our 3rd city, which we are about to start right now. Now, for this missionary, I'm going to convert 1 city that belongs to Congo, and then I'll send him back to convert my new cities. That's the plan. Did we just lose Valletta? Yes, we did. Okay, that's kind of rude. That's kind of rude, but alright. So much for that 2nd monument. We'll get it back, it's fine. I just can't do it yet, because I don't have an envoy and I cannot train a swordsman. Still, we're going back to our lands with that missionary. Let's grab our city. And I'll probably send Magnus here. He's not needed in my capital anymore. We can actually pick up Moksha for our capital. That would help us get more faith, and I do have 2 districts in my capital already. It makes sense. Let's get Moksha, and Magnus can go right here to our newest city. Now we just need 5 more turns, and we can start faith buying some builders. That's the plan. Anyone buying horses? Yes, indeed. Only 1 horse. Okay, sure, you can have that. I will sell iron because I need gold more than I need iron. Unfortunately, we're not getting iron anymore because we lost Valletta. At least for now. I will get it back, but I need my envoy first before I can get it back. Okay, now let's try to build Temple of Artemis. This will be a very good spot for Temple of Artemis. Hopefully we can get it. Now, I think the Hippodrome will have to wait at least a little bit. For now, let's queue up a a builder. Because while I will be faith buying some builders, I won't have enough faith to faith buy literally every single one of them. That would be a bit too much faith, on top of also faith buying settlers. Faith buying settlers will be a little bit more important, because then I can just move Magnus anywhere I want, even to a low production city, and then faith buy a settler there. Otherwise, it would take a pretty long time to recruit settler in such a city. Nobody buying horses. That is a bit unfortunate, but alright. Let's just camp on this wood style. That way we'll get a better view. My goal here is to just stop any potential barbarian scouts. And we will save this barbarian camp for some era score in the future. It's going to be easy and convenient era score. It's not some tremendous amount of era score, but you never know when that little bit of extra era score will make a difference. I will probably use it for a medieval era, so we can destroy it as soon as we start this city. Okay, well, 8 turns for Temple of Artemis. I will not be waiting to build it to get the drama and poetry, because there aren't really a lot of alternatives. And I don't want theology ASAP. Maybe I should wait. Thing is, I'm not guaranteed to build Temple of Artemis. If I fail, that will slow down theology quite a bit. Still, it will save me 2 turns, and I'm unlikely to be the target of a declaration of war, because we are already friendly with Congo, and Japan is quite far away, which means I will have to research defensive tactics the hard way, without a boost. Let's try to boost drama and poetry. It might be a mistake, because if I fail to build Temple of Artemis, I'll have to finish it myself, which will take even longer in that case. But hopefully we can get it. Alright, let's convert our newest city, and I will save the last charge from the missionary for the 4th city, whenever that's going to come. We're about to finish a shrine. Now, one thing that will be very helpful for me is Hildegard, right here, but it's almost impossible for me to get her, for obvious reasons. Look at all the great scientist points the AIs already have. We know for a fact Korea is in this game, because I added Sejong manually, since he was one of the new leaders in the Great Builders pack. So that's probably him right here. Actually, that's probably not him. Oh, he's probably lower on the list because he got one of the scientists. Well, either way, you can see how many points they already accumulated. I would have to focus really heavily on the campuses, and even then, it's probably too late. And even if it wasn't too late, that doesn't really work very well if I want to pursue culture victory. So as much as I would like to get Hildegard, to also get science for my holy sites, I don't think I can really make that work. As much as I would like that, it's very clearly not going to happen. It's a pretty hard scientist to get on Deity, especially if you have AIs like Korea, who will prioritize campuses. So yeah, just as a side note, I will not be doing that. It would require too many sacrifices, and it probably wouldn't work even with that. But it is a great option for Theodora. You can potentially get faith, culture, production, and science from every single holy site you have, which would be amazing. That would definitely be amazing. Nobody buying horses. We can sell some diplomatic favor. I don't necessarily care about hoarding diplomatic favor all that much. We can sell that, we can sell open borders. He's still buying. I'm just going to sell all of it, because I will need gold. I can always use gold. We might want to get even more gold in this game, because if I can buy some great works, I will certainly do that. We'll want as many great works as possible. Which is why I planned these extra cities up here, fairly close to each other, within 4 tiles. Because we want to have as many theater squares as possible, to be able to have as many great works as possible. The main problem here with this start is that if I really want to seriously pursue culture victory, it's a wider victory than most, because you want to have as many theater squares and as many slots for great works as possible. And I don't necessarily have the space over here. I can still kind of make it work, especially if there's some room here, but it might be a little bit tricky, because I am kind of boxed in from the other directions. Anyway, for our next tech, I can mine a resource. I'm just basically waiting to get monumentality, then we can pick up this jade. So we will be boosting wheel. I will not be boosting iron working because that is literally impossible for me to do. The only iron we know of is literally right under Valletta. So I cannot, in fact, build an iron mine. I have to research iron working the hard way. Alright, Trebizond is about to get a builder, so we won't even need monumentality for that purpose. Yes, Congo likes us, as expected. And there it is. The super oversaturated age. I mean, heroic age, obviously, that's what I mean. So, let's see, what do I not want, since we can pick up free, due to the fact we have a heroic age. We don't want free inquiry, we don't want monumentality, obviously. Yeah, this is kind of tough. I would like all four, but I cannot pick up all four. Okay, I think free inquiry is actually the least useful one for me, because all this will do is give me additional 10% of technology costs from Eurekas. I will not be prioritizing commercial hubs or harbors in this game, so this part will do literally nothing for me for this entire era, pretty much guaranteed. I will most likely not be building a commercial hub or a harbor district in medieval era. So we'll pick up the other three. And Exodus of the Evangelists is definitely useful for the extra charges. The extra movement is nice too, but it's mostly about the charges. Monumentality is a no-brainer, that's why we're here in this golden age. And Pen, Brush and Voice will give each city +1 culture for each specialty district, on top of extra 10% of civic costs. And civics will be more important for me than techs. So Pen, Brush and Voice is obviously a superior choice over free inquiry in our current situation. So there we go. Man, this is seriously like way too oversaturated. It's actually a little bit ridiculous. It's so damn bright. It's insanely bright. Now I could pick up land surveyors really quick to buy a tile or two, but I want to keep the production bonus because we are building a wonder. I don't necessarily need colonization, unless I plan to actually actively recruit a scientist. I think I will focus a bit more on recruiting the builders with the actual cities, and we will fade by settlers. That way I can keep Ilkum and get rid of colonization. I think right now that makes sense. And we'll pick up land surveyors just temporarily. Yep. Okay, so again, now we want theology ASAP. Honestly, I could just finish drama and poetry, it's only one turn. But okay, we can still save one turn. But I am effectively delaying theology by 4 turns. By 3 turns. That's literally what I'm doing. I'm delaying scripture by 3 turns. Which is honestly a mistake. Because 3 turns might not seem like much, but in the early game, 3 turns is a lot. 3 turns of all this extra culture and the production and the fate that I would be getting. So honestly, this is actually a mistake. Delaying it by 3 turns. It's actually a mistake. I will not be doing that. That's straight up a mistake. Momentum is just so important in Civ 6, and extra yields in the early game matter a lot for momentum. So while I could save technically 1 turn of this research, that would be a mistake, due to all the lost yields. Okay, right, so how much fate for a builder? 90. I don't have Liang, so it doesn't matter where we recruit the builders. Trebizond doesn't necessarily need one. We can grab one right here, in our newest city. Because this one will take 8 turns. I don't necessarily want to wait, or I could just wait to fade by a settler and then start our 4th city ASAP. How much fate for a settler? Let me check. 195. Yeah, let's actually wait for a settler, and I think we'll start this city, because if I wait too long with this city, Valletta will claim all of the tiles around it. And these are nice tiles with decent yields. Furthermore, this city will also get amber, which I do not otherwise have, so I do want to claim this city fairly quickly. That's what we'll do. Okay, we can hard build the granary, because while I can fade by city center buildings with Valletta, I will mostly be using fade for monumentality purposes for the nearest future. So let's grab that granary. Okay, let's check out this area right here. If this is enough land for an extra city. It might not be, it probably is not. If I had to guess, it probably is not. But let's take a look anyway. There's no reason not to take a look. We got the World Congress. Plus 10% strength for our religious units. We will vote for frozen marbles. I did just sell most of my diplomatic favor, so I cannot really get any extra votes here. Yeah, I could probably get this if I had at least 10, but it's okay. It's not really that important. We still got it. This is kind of useful. It will potentially save me a little bit of gold, which I would otherwise have to spend to actually buy some tiles. It's not the most useful thing ever, but it will still be kind of useful. Alright, we are not changing anything here. Actually, yeah, I can get rid of land surveyors here really quick. So let's buy this tile, get the mine, that will give us the wheel boost. And I might want to buy these two. I don't want to pick up this forested hill, because if I wait too long, Geneva will probably yoink it. Yeah, Geneva will yoink it if we wait. I could also get this one. It's a fair bit of gold to spend, but it's pretty clear Geneva will get this tile if I wait too long. Oh, there's a barbarian camp over here. Oh, interesting, I can actually use that for era score. However, my units are a little bit far away. This is slightly inconvenient. This is actually slightly inconvenient. And now the scout has technically spotted me. This is a little bit inconvenient, I'm not gonna lie. I did not necessarily want that to happen. But I had no way to know that's going to happen. Maybe I should actually pick up discipline again for a moment. We don't need the land surveyors anymore. I might actually pick up discipline, or we could try to get some units out really quickly. That probably makes more sense. I will need a few archers for Eureka anyway. For machinery Eureka. So we probably want to do that anyway. I might want to build Kilwa. So how long to get an archer with this? 3 turns. Let's grab that archer then. That makes sense. Hopefully it will be quick enough. I do have a road, sort of. It's not exactly the road I would want right now, but it might help a little bit. I still want to reveal some of these tiles. Yeah, I don't think this will be enough decent land for another city. Seems unlikely. I'm also literally 2 fate short to fade by a settler on this turn. Okay, we will wait, it's not a big deal. Special session, and that's not about us, obviously. Military emergency against an unknown civ, alright? Good to know. Thank you for that truly useful information. Now we can fade by a settler. So in the city with Magnus. Oh yeah, I actually can't do that yet, because I technically do not have 2 population. Oh, that is a bit awkward. I kind of forgot about that part. Because while you do not lose a population point, when you have Magnus inside the city with the relevant promotion, with provision, you still need to have at least 2 population to actually be able to get a settler. It doesn't matter that you wouldn't lose a population, so it's technically irrelevant that you only have 1. You still need to have 2 pop, even with provision. I'll just have to wait 4 turns. I guess it's not the end of the world, but yeah, I would have preferred to not wait 4 turns. Anyone buying horses? Yes, indeed. Here, take all of my horses. I should actually probably get that scout sometime soon. I normally would, it's just that I was focused on other, more important things, like finishing Temple of Artemis in 2 turns. Now, what else can we get here? I will need 2 sea-based resources. Actually, no, I don't need those anymore. I do, but can I get them? Sort of. Yeah, we can get the crab in our capital, and we can get the fish right here. It won't save me that much time on celestial navigation, but it will still save me time. Let's do that. And we are about to get theology, which will give us a lot of extra production. And culture, obviously. There it is. One of the most important policies for our entire strategy here. Scripture. Now, it's probably fine to get rid of that military policy now. I still want to keep... Well, no, we probably don't need the production bonus anymore, and I will not be building another wonder immediately. I think we can safely remove that and still finish Temple of Artemis on the next turn. It's at 167 out of 180. It should be fine to remove it. So let's remove it, because I still want a few units to defend myself against barbarians, and we will pick up scripture. That's going to be plus 12 faith, and effectively plus 12 culture and plus 12 production. This is going to be absolutely amazing. And we can get Valletta back immediately. Give me Valletta back, it's mine. Thank you very much. This is actually amazing. So how is our production now? We got a plus 12 production and plus 12 culture and plus 12 faith in our capital's holy site, and this one is also plus 12. And we are only just getting started. We are only just getting started. This is going to get way more amazing than this. So let's finish defensive tactics, because I'm unlikely to be able to get a boost for that.
When I saw the house of Artemis that
there's Temple of Artemis. That is going to be a very, very nice Temple of Artemis. We got one city that's happy right now. We will get way more than that. Alright, Archer. Let's send him here right away. That scout seems to be stuck, which is good for us. Did this barbarian camp basically bug out? I think he's kind of bugged out. This scout is stuck. He's on permanent alert mode, and he's stuck on this tile, which also blocks the swordsman. Now I don't know if I want to kill him, and they cannot attack Geneva because the mountains are preventing them from doing so. So this is actually great for us. This is very good for us. Okay, now we can grab Ancestral Hall and use it for our fourth city. It's actually probably a good thing that our settler got delayed slightly, because this way I can take advantage of the free builder from Ancestral Hall. That actually makes sense. This was obviously 100% planned. You know, I was just testing you guys. That's what I was doing, obviously. Now, again, we will not be building an iron mine. That will not happen. We are getting iron again. I might want to save up some of it to be able to get at least one swordsman. So let's maybe not sell all of it immediately. We got the fishing boats. Now let's go get the fishing boats for Constantinople to get our boost for celestial navigation. We're about to finish defensive tactics.
Invincibility lies in the defense.
There we go.
The possibility.
I could build the mausoleum at Halicarnassus on the coast on the east. That would probably make sense. We could actually have a harbor right here. So this would be a harbor. And then we could have mausoleum either on this tile or on this tile. It doesn't really matter which all that much. Actually, yeah, hold on. If I build it on this one, so if we build the mausoleum at Halicarnassus right here, yeah, so if we build it right here, then we could use it for two separate theater squares. Although I already planned a theater square for Trebizond to the northwest, so that's not necessarily useful. However, I could use it for a theater square for this city, assuming we will actually manage to get a city there. But we could do that. Yeah, let's actually go for something like this then. And potentially we could maybe have another wonder here. That might be a little bit tougher to do. Especially since this city won't have a very high bonus holy site for a big production boost. But I will still get this city, because if I don't, Japan probably will, sooner or later. This is a rough plan for now. The mausoleum will still be a useful wonder. Alright, let's maybe go west here. I'm still not sure if I actually want to kill this scout. Because if the swordsman attacks me after I kill the scout, I obviously don't want that. I don't want that. At the same time, I don't want the scout to get unbugged, you know? I don't want that either. We're not changing anything here just yet. Let's get one more archer, because I'm going to need one more archer anyway. I need 3 archers for machinery boost. So, you know, we might as well just get that done right now. Next up, for civics, we don't want feudalism ASAP. For serfdom, now I don't need 6 farms to boost that. We can get the farms. Do I have a single one? Yeah, we have exactly 1 farm, which means I need 5 more right now. We'll get those. We got another governor title. So I could promote Moksha if I really want to. I don't think I do, really. I think it makes more sense to grab Pingala. Or even Liang. Getting Liang would actually make sense, because I will likely be getting a lot of builders in the near future. Liang definitely makes sense, 100%. Let's get Liang in Trebizond. That makes sense. Now, this builder was going to get the crab up here for Celestial Navigation boost. For the next wonder, after this one, now I can possibly get Mont Saint-Michel pretty early, but that's not necessarily the top priority right now. I'm more interested in getting St. Basil's Cathedral, which is a little bit further away. We will potentially get both. They won't be as good without reliquaries, and I will most likely want to rush Christo Redentor to counter Enlightenment effects. But they will still be useful. There's no doubt they will still be useful. And I have good spots for them. There's Iron Working. I still don't want to build Kilwa, so we'll probably want to build Kilwa somewhere. I have to think about where exactly that's going to be. I'm not entirely sure just yet. We'll see, not everything all at once. Now we can get the wheel because that's boosted. Let's finish the Ancestral Hall first and get a few more cities up. That's the plan for the nearest future right now, this moment. I'll probably want to kill this swordsman. That's why I want my own swordsman. I think I'll just save up 20 iron, promote this warrior to a swordsman, and then use him to get rid of this barbarian camp. That makes sense. That's exactly what we'll do. Okay, we're about to get machinery boost. And then I need farms. Here. We can also fade by the settler. There you go. And probably another settler right away. There's no need to wait. There's nothing to wait for. I want settlers. I could have grabbed him on the previous turn, actually. Alright, let's go get rid of that barbarian camp. Here's Celestial Navigation boost. And it's an okay-ish tile. It's semi-useful for food, at least. 3 turns to finish Ancestral Hall. So it will finish just about in time for our city here. Off you go, then. And we still want to harvest this sheep to grab a holy site. I'll do that with the builder as soon as he finishes. That's the plan. Yeah, this was a pretty awkward spawn for the barbarian camp. It's these 2 mountains. They cannot attack Geneva. Well, they are too stupid to go like this. Clearly, to go all the way around it. It's a pretty funny spot for Geneva. It's completely protected by mountains from the north, northwest, and west. So barbarians are just confused. They are straight up confused right now. Alright, so obviously we want the temple as soon as possible. I don't think I have to explain why. How much will it cost us to buy one in the capital? 480 gold. That might be a little bit too much. That's probably a tiny little bit too much. Now let's fade by another settler here. There you go. And we will send him. So either here or here. I do want to get these +7 holy sites as soon as possible. especially now that we have scripture. Again, I don't think I have to explain why. They will be amazing. We will get plus 14 faith, plus 14 culture, and plus 14 production. Immediately, as soon as they finish, instantly. They don't need anything else, they just need to be built. So heck yeah, I want them. There's the wheel. Now, there's no rush to build a harbor just yet. That's lower priority. I don't need a water mill. So I might actually want to spend faith to get a water mill. As an alternative, I could spend gold. Anyone buying horses? Yes, see, I have a lot of horses, but nobody is buying them at the moment. And I want that iron for a unit. We can sell open borders and diplomatic favor. Let's actually just do that for now. Here you go. Diplomatic favor is useful, but gold is more useful. That's 320 gold. So I might just use gold to buy the water mill, because I need it for construction boost. Okay, right, so one guy is going northwest, and one guy is going northeast. I still want this spot, but I think it's actually fairly unlikely Japan will come here. It's more likely they will settle like over here-ish. It's kind of a tough one. It's a tough one, because these holy site spots are way, way superior. Yeah, let's just settle these. These are too good to ignore them. I might even get this one, and then get rid of the barbarian camp. You know, to get the era score. It's not as important which one of these 3 locations we'll get. It's just important that we'll get one of them. Alright, we got 12 iron. I am also going to need gold to actually get the swordsman. 110 gold exactly. I need more gold. It's possible I don't actually need a swordsman, but my archers will not be very effective in a terrain like this. They won't all be able to shoot that swordsman. That swordsman might still be a bit of a problem if I only go with a warrior. What I can do is fortify with my warrior here, and then shoot the swordsman from the back with 2 archers. That way I could actually save some money. I think I might do exactly that. That seems like a decent plan. Okay, we got the ancestral hall. Now, I could just build the temple normally. I don't want to build the theater square ASAP, but obviously I also need the temple. And again, I don't have enough gold to just buy everything. Let's get the temple first, and then we'll build the theater square. We are on turn 99. Now, for our next governor title, now I could pick up Pingala, if I want to do that. That's one option. We could promote Magnus, get the black marketeer, which is not as useful for me at the moment. I might actually get Pingala, and we could install Pingala in our capital. Move Moksha elsewhere. That might make sense, I think. I could get Amani and send Amani to Valletta. That's also a decent plan. Keeping Valletta will be very important. I think it's fine if we save that governor title for a few more turns. At least until we get our 4th city. I don't need that wild card anymore. Or military in wild card. In this case. We can pick up something else. Now I could get plus 2 gold. It's not some tremendous amount of gold though. I don't necessarily need land surveyors right now. I don't think I'll be building settlers myself, so we don't need colonization. Conscription would give me plus 4 gold. I think conscription right now is the best choice. It's not some huge amount of gold, but with my current income, plus 4 gold is actually kind of worth it. I could also get a literary tradition, but let's get the gold. Gold is still kind of useful for me right now, at least this amount of gold. And we'll save that governor title, at least for now.